Hi everyone, on May the 2nd, year 2022. Yeah, so today it's cloudy, it's light rain outside, and then yeah, I didn't do video for a long time, and yeah, must be a reason. Lucky, want to say hi? Say hi to everybody. Yeah, say hi. All right, I'm with Lucky. Yeah, I didn't do video for about 2 months, and it's because the Ukrainian war, the war between Ukrainian and Russia, and then there are so many things that happen after that, and then the pandemic in China, and the people were suffering because of the special way they deal with the pandemic, and things that happen in North America. All right, so make me feels like down, and then doesn't want to say anything, and just make me think. All right, so but yeah, why I do today's video is because yeah, something comes up, and in April the 19th and April the 27th. Yeah, this is happened 5 years ago in April. These are two things really, I should say, influenced me, or on the other word, made me think. All right, so maybe it changed my life. In the future we look back, really, it's a big things in my life in the past 5 years, and then I just want to talk about it. The first things happened in 5 years ago, April 19th. Maybe not many people know what's going on at that day, and then let me tell you what happened. All right, so at that day there is a billionaire came out from China. He want to have a 3-hour live broadcast, no addition, one shot. And then yeah, basically he's just talking about something happened in China, and then how serious the corruption is, what the government is doing things wrong, right? So in the United States, VOA is a media or create many years ago. I think it's in World War II, right? Everybody knows what VOA means, Voice of America. All right, so VOA is funded and by the taxpayer, right? And then funded by the government. The government uses the taxpayers' money to create this media using the radio, television, or social media, or anything, to express the American value. All right, so yeah, this billionaire, he have a live broadcast in the VOA, right? And then you know what happened? After 1 hour, as soon as he start to point out somebody's name in the Chinese government and what they're gonna do, and then this live broadcast gets stopped. And then the reason is very funny, or you can say disgust. And this is because the Chinese government doesn't like it. Oh my God. Who would expect a voice of America say something Chinese government will like it? All right, it's funny, right? So these things happen, and then there is so many things happen after that, and then this is something that make me think and make me pay more attention to what's going on in this world, what happened in China before, now, and in the future. Yeah, these things. If you guys don't pay attention to, and then just just hear a funny story, okay? If you really pay attention to what's going on in China, what's going on right now, and then what is the future about the China and Chinese people, even overseas, you guys can check and then see what's going on. All right. So yeah, this is the one thing happened in involved in really make a big impact to the Chinese people, especially for the Chinese people in social media, right? So I should say part of the reason I'm doing a YouTuber it's because that happened 5 years ago. All right, all right. It's a live broadcast. It gets stopped after 1 hour, 3 hour plan, and stop in 1 hour. Oh my God! And then the reason is so simple. They say, "Oh, Chinese government doesn't like what we are doing here." All right, it's a big bomb in the news and but maybe you don't know, but nobody want to talk about it. All right, and then especially this is someone want to suppress. All right, don't let people know. All right, okay. So yeah, this is one thing. Another thing happened just several days after that, and then as a matter of fact, I checked back what happened in April 19, all the way till June, and then my friend told me, he said, "Hey, you know what happened? There's a guy tried to do the whistleblower things and talk about something happened in China, and then the broadcast get stopped after 1 hour." I said, "What happened? You know, what's going on, and what's matter, and what is to do with me?" And then they say, "Oh yeah," they say, "Go check it." And then yeah, if you don't like it, but it happens. Everybody, you know, should shock when happen in right now or in the outside China. Okay, and then I go back and check. Oh my God, it's really shocking. All right, so and several days later, I'm really, yeah, I know that almost right away because the social media is either the video everywhere and then people talk about it, and it really affect the whole world, and then especially in the Chinese community. All right, yeah. What is the story? What happened at that day? Okay, so simply there is two person. One is a Tai Chi Master, right? And he make a huge name, and he create a new Tai Chi style. He makes his own Tai Chi style. He promote himself. He's the Grand Master, and then he have a superpower. He can do everything the Tai Chi Master can do in the old day, or even Now he can do a lot, use his secret fighting skill or superpower. He can beat up almost everyone. And then MMA for him is nothing. And then he can uh, release the choke, or somebody try to submission and then choke his neck. He can, normal people use a two hand to release and escape from the choke. This master, he said, oh, no, I don't need two hand. I only need one hand. I can release and escape from the choke, and then I will beat him up. And then he also have on TV, right? CCTV means China Central Television. One of the channel is sports or kind of like traditional things. And then he was on that TV program, and then he act like a super master, right? Even he's not old, and then I forgot he's 30 something, 40 maybe, and then he can show people on the TV. He can do a lot of things. He can beat up 10 people. He can, whatever the old Tai Chi Master can do in the past, he can do it. And then even the old Tai Chi Master cannot do it. And then he beat up the kickboxer and the MMA fighter, and then he's a master, one of the best master, right? And then after the TV, he was on TV, and a lot of people will doubt and try to challenge him. And how can you say that? Normal people will escape or release the choke with two hands, but you have a superpower. You can only use one hand, right? And then can you do it? And then try to challenge him. And he said, "Oh yeah, I can beat up everybody in front of me." And then they start to do the verbal fight. End up they make appointment, and then they set up a fight. All right. And then with the referee, with a lot of camera, and then a lot of social media, live or something. And then when the fight started, and then this Tai Chi Master, oh yeah, this is one side, right? The other side is the one challenge him. And it's a kickboxer, MMA coach, or instructor, or trainer. All right, they are the same, very close, same way, right? They say, oh, yeah, we can. They don't want just a verbal fighting, They say bad things to each other, and then let's go to the ring and fight. And then the fight just started. That after 5 seconds, and then the Tai Chi Master get knocked down. All right, and then the MMA can keep fighting, right, on the floor, right, on floor, and they keep beating him up, and then after 10 seconds, he get knocked out, and with all the bloody face, right? This is the things, and then the video get share. I heard about it. This is more than like 100 million click. Right, people shot, all right, and then that will approve those things. You saw the Kung Fu novel. They say, oh, the master, they can do this, they can do that. It's not true. It's a fairy tale. It's all right. It's a story. It's not real. All right, for the real fight, and then. They can beat up in 5 seconds. They can knock out in 10 seconds, and after that, it's a big bump, all right. And those people, they practice traditional Chinese Kung Fu. They say, oh yeah, that one is no good. The Tai Chi Master is no good. My style is good. You know, so many kung fu master, they say, yeah, I want to challenge that guy beat up the Tai Chi master. Yeah, his name is Xiao. And then they have several appointments, and then they set up the fight, and then there is no any exception. And then after, some of them will last, like 20 seconds. Some of them last about a minute, or maybe not even one round. But anyway, so many fight after that, and they those those kung fu master, right? We call it verbal kung fu master. They all get beat up, all right. And then later on, there are so many weird things, or I should say, bad things happen about this challenger. We call it the person challenge fake Chinese kung fu and fake Chinese the Tai Chi master, and that person, and then become famous. 1 or 2 days. And then after several fights, and he got even more famous. All right, and then the weird things happen is because the Chinese government don't want to see these things. They want to promote traditional Chinese kung fu. They want to, they say, traditional Chinese kung fu is a part of the Chinese culture. If you say traditional Chinese kung fu is a fake, that means Chinese culture is a fake. They have that kind of logical thinking. Well, you guys keep talking, Chinese traditional is no good. That means you're against our government's policy. We have to do something to make you shut up and make you suffering, and make you feel if you do something against our policy, you are not a good citizen. You don't shut up. You just keep doing your things, and you use social media to try to say something we don't like. You don't have a good day. You're gonna suffer. All right. What they do? They try to close all the account, the social media account, WeChat, and then TikTok. Yeah, TikTok in China they call it Douyin. All kind of what they call it, blog or whatever. Instagram, whatever. They close all his account. Furthermore, and then they basically sentence that we call it death penalty, not his life, right? His social media's life. Even this guy, and when he take a photo and want to post the photo on his own social media, like WeChat or whatever social media, or even the other person took a photo for Xiao, and then the other people want to post this photo on social media, it doesn't work. It doesn't show up on social media because they have a face to recognize, and if wherever this face show up in social media, it will not go through, and then you cannot do it. So basically, sentence his social media's life is that. On the other hand, a lot of people say, "Oh, you badmouth me. You say, you damage my business. You damage my reputation. I will put you on the court. I will hire a lawyer to shoot you." And then this guy become miserable. He lost the court judgment, and then he has paid like $250,000 fine. to compensate the the reputation damage and business loss and everything, right? Oh my goodness. You know what happened, right? So that's China. And then end up this guy, he had no choice. And then he can only use a YouTube channel, right, to say what he want to say and post some video or picture. All right. So far so good that YouTube didn't cut off his account, and then he's still alive in outside China. I mean, still alive means social media life, right? All right, this is yeah, two things happened back to like 5 years ago. These two things really, uh, I should say, drop a big bomb uh, in Chinese media, especially in social media, and then make me pay attention to what happened in in China, in the Chinese people, what they think and what they do, what's going on, what's the future. Yeah, this is two things. Probably after 5 years, I will do the review, see how big impact these two things happened in to the Chinese people. Right? Not only the Chinese people live in mainland China, also the Chinese people live outside of China. All right, so yeah, that's all about it. And then I think bye bye. Want to say goodbye to everybody? Huh? Yeah, he's probably he's old and he's have arthritis. When it's a cloudy, rainy day, he just don't want to move. All right, okay, but he's with me. But anyway, yeah, that's two things happened back to 5 years ago and really made me think. I should say it's a big impact to my value system. All right, so so much for today, and goodbye.